You're listening to Heroes in the Moment.
What's up, heroes? I'm Michael.
And I'm Nathan.
Today, latest superhero news, what is it, 12?
I think it's part 12.
It's 12.
Yeah,
Wow, 12 weeks.
12
and
weeks.
This one's a pretty heavy one. We'll spend a little bit of time and doing quite a bit of rumors, quite a bit of news to talk
I'm on
about.
Instagram. I'm just sending like 50 things. I'm like, bro, look at this.
And I'm seeing stuff. I'm listening to stuff. And I'm like, whoa, when did that happen? But it happened.
Apparently. That's why it's called a rumor, because it's not official.
That's true. But some of this stuff is official.
Some of it, yeah.
That we're going to be talking about. That just was confirmed to us. And then the first one, actually, is probably our biggest news we have for today. I'll start off with that. And this one is confirmed. Marvel did actually come out and post it. And that being Armor Wars is now been officially converted from a television series to a movie, which I'm ecstatic about.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely in love with that.
And like, it makes me jealous too, because I wish more characters would have gotten the same
I wish Secret
treatment.
Wars would have been a movie now. I'm like,
honestly, literally, like any other character, I think honestly, WandaVision could have gone hard as a movie.
Oh yeah, it could have. For sure.
Obviously, it did well.
Loki could have gone hard.
This is an absolute dub. You were talking about looking at a 6-episode, probably 35-minute show, right? With Rhodey, he deserves more than that. He's been there since Iron Man 2.
And I think this show, the way they're talking about, I think it's gonna be good. I really do. After seeing what Secret Invasion will be, which we already know, I'm positive Secret Invasion is gonna be great. Yeah. And this is gonna lead right into Armor Wars. I'm so hyped. And they're already talking about the cast, and I'm hyped for the cast because we already got, of course, Don Cheadle, obviously. Paul Bettany as White Vision's already, pretty much.
It's about time they bring him back, dude. It's about time. He just dipped in WandaVision, and no one ever. Where was he? Should have been in Multiverse of Madness. He should have been. It would have made sense. And then, of course, Sam Rockwell to return as Justin Hammer. Apparently, and then, of course, Emily Van Camp to return as Sharon Carter. It's, of course, I would think that Nick Fury may be in it. Yeah, but I don't know. I wonder what the premise of the movie
Armor Wars. Well, it's the whole premise of the original show was what if Tony Stark technology got into the wrong hands. So this is essentially, of course, we got Captain America: New World Order. This is essentially going to be the next Iron Man movie, just not Iron Man in it.
So someone else gets it, and then it's up to Rhodey to step to the mantle and stop it.
Which honestly, it's going to be Armor Wars. Honestly, just put War Machine Armor Wars. Yeah, give him the title,
dude. Here's what's going to happen: Sharon Carter is going to sneak in. Steal all Tony's tech, and then it's up. That's what's gonna happen.
I'm getting Skrull vibes. I still think she may be a Skrull.
For sure. She wouldn't just do that. I'm saying she causes the stuff that
Armor
fall into the wrong hands.
Which I'm super excited. I don't know when this movie comes out. I think it's phase 6 slated now. Because of all this stuff talking about. But I'm so glad it's definitely a dub decision to make this a movie.
Disney is honestly, dude. Disney. W's recently.
Yeah, it's been going W's.
So keep it up, keep it up.
And hopefully after She-Hulk ends, hopefully the bad Marvel will die after She-Hulk.
Phase 4 will just, besides No Way Home, Loki, WandaVision will, Shang-Chi.
Moon Knight.
Yeah, Moon Knight.
Yeah, and then hopefully Wakanda Forever, of course.
Hopefully Wakanda Forever. Yeah, we'll forget about the other half.
We'll forget about the other half and be like, it was great. And then, of course, I'm just hoping as soon as She-Hulk ends, Marvel just goes back up in,
I think they will.
I hope so. With what they got coming out, I'm expecting
you got that slick coming up.
Anyway, next up, another big piece of news, which is actually super surprised me. And I don't know if it surprised you too. And this is the rumors of Harrison Ford apparently to be casted as Thunderbolt Ross in Thunderbolts.
Yeah. Dude, it is shocking. Okay. I can't lie.
First off, I never thought Harrison Ford would ever sign on to a Marvel movie.
I thought he would never sign on to another movie after he's done filming
after
Indiana
Jones 5.
The man is late 70s.
He's 80 almost.
Not 80.
Yeah, I think he may be.
First of all, number one, Harrison Ford don't care
about does not
your
care.
Movies. He doesn't care about the money.
Not at all.
He's just doing it for fun.
He's just a dude. Yeah. I mean, and that's why I love Harrison Ford so much. And I mean, I feel like it'd be great casting. Yeah, for sure.
Have you seen the fan made pics? He looks great.
He's
with a mustache.
Over them with over the Thunderbolts.
He looks just as good as
which
last.
I do think. I mean, you got to have that character because obviously it's the Thunderbolts. It's named after him, so you got to have Thunderbolt Ross. But my thing is with that is, so they're going to recast him.
Yeah, exactly.
But not recast Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa. Which is very confusing. Yeah. And then just off the basis of, okay, so William Hurt passed away, and essentially they don't even really mention it quite as much, which of course they should have, as Chadwick. I mean, of course, we love Chadwick and super tragic of his death, and not to overshadow his death at all either. But it's like William Hurt died. Oh, okay. Harrison Ford, hello.
Put somebody else. Right. And then, he was always there.
Exactly.
And I guess, they do kind of look similar. And it just comes to the point that his character is not as important and integral to their stories as Chadwick Boseman, as Black Panther, right?
Which honestly, I think the way that they're doing Wakanda Forever now, I think it's honestly going to be a better movie than it would have been prior.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it still would have been a good movie, but I think now it's going to be 10 times better.
In the face of tragedy, like they stepped up to the call. But the only thing I'm kind of iffy about this Harrison Ford thing, if it's true,
right, which is still not confirmed.
There's no way he's signing a multi-year deal.
So this has got to be one and done.
And that's the thing. Like, is there gonna? We still want to see Red Hulk.
We for sure want to see Red Hulk. Definitely.
We still want to see more of the Thunderbolts.
Is Harrison Ford going to sign on to Thunderbolt and Captain America: New World Order and maybe a World War Hulk movie if they get the rights?
If he did, he'd probably film them all in 1 year. But to be honest, it wouldn't be surprised me if they recasted him. Like it's just a hard role. Like you're looking for a dude like in his 70s,
right?
And like,
right. I love Harrison Ford. I think he'd be great for the role. But it's just the whole fact of the matter. I just don't see him doing it, really, honestly. Like, he's a great actor, but I don't see him doing it.
He doesn't care,
He does not care.
He's like, who's Thunderbolt? I don't know.
Right,
honestly.
I don't know, but it's cool. All right, so, of course, to make transition to Captain America: New World Order, some news is apparently it is heavily... it's not confirmed, but it's heavily rumored. They're like... And I'm pretty positive about this one itself, is Mark Ruffalo is going to be in Captain America: New World Order, which is expected, considering what the movie is.
With all the other Hulks, too, having the main one in there wouldn't make sense. And
Sam
that better
Wilson.
be World War.
I know. Hulk. I would love that. I would love a World War Hulk.
I want to see him and She-Hulk just Hulk out and then fight other Hulks.
I would love that.
And then it'd be like a big Hulk party.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Just like, text me the deets.
And then Anthony Mackie's just sitting there like, bro, I got a shield.
I know, he's like, I thought this was my movie.
He's like, I got fling.
I know, it's like, Kevin Feige, I thought you were giving me a movie. It's like, nah, man, this is just so we can not talk to Universal about getting the Hulk rights. So, and he's like, whoa.
He's in there for like the first scene.
I know, and he's like, hey, it's like another Book of Boba Fett, like giving it to Mando. Oh, man, poor Anthony Mackie. But I still think it's going to be great. But anyway. All right, so now we got to talk about some concerning rumors and talking about, and that being the rumors and problems surrounding the Blade movie. Apparently, of course, the director's already backed out. Mahershala Ali seems to be pissed.
Yeah, he's really pissed. Well, understandably, if you read it, apparently there's only two lackluster action. You're talking about Blade. Blade.
And your two action scenes.
Two action scenes.
Is like 90 pages of script total. And 90 pages is like a minute a piece. Like 90 pages is usually a minute a page.
A page?
So that's like an hour and a half for an MCU movie. I don't want another flipping Morbius.
Yeah, exactly. And Morbius had more action than two scenes in it,
I mean, they were bad, but
And then you had Matt Smith dancing in his room.
Greatest scene of all time. But and then the good news is, of course, is the director's backed out. And of course, they're completely rewriting the script. They're completely redoing the movie, pretty much. So obviously, it was slated to come out in October, right? 2023. Yeah. It's going to be delayed, probably a year or longer. I don't know.
I mean, I understand why he's frustrated. He signs onto this role, and they're like, by the way, we have no plan, and the plan we have sucks. So, have they gotten anybody new for it yet?
It is rumored that Sam Raimi may be the one they asked to direct. Which, no, honestly. Hear me out here. Okay, so
he's done horror before.
He's done horror.
This is like his
think that he would kill Blade. Honestly, I think he'd do a phenomenal job with Blade. I think he'd be the perfect director for Blade. Just because Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness was disappointing, and I feel like that was limited to the producing and the
maybe out of his reach. I can't see him in like a multiversal.
Right. That was not really for him. But of course, we know he did great with the Spider-Man trilogy, original one. But with Blade, I think that'd be his element. Yeah. And bringing him into that element, I think he'd do a great job.
He'd go a lot darker, a lot deeper.
I think he'd do a great job with Blade. But this is just,
some horror elements.
That's like a fresh rumor. I mean, that's not even like been reported. I don't think so. It's just rumored. So
honestly, I can see that.
Yeah, I'll be completely okay with that.
Yeah.
All right. So to move on from that is Agatha Coven of Chaos news, and that being apparently WandaVision Dottie character to be in Agatha Coven of Chaos, which doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know why.
What kind of role is she going to play?
I don't know. Is she actually like what we were theorizing? She's actually a witch.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Either number one, she's a witch, or number two, she's in like the last episode when Agatha finally shows up to Westview. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where else would she be?
We don't really know when this show is going to be taking place. We don't know if it's going to be past. We don't know if it's going to be present, or we don't know if it's going to be future.
Dude, it has to be.
Well, they're saying it's not going. It's going to be like after the events of WandaVision. So that's I don't know how they're going to do it unless they just go back and forth.
I thought for sure it's going to be a origin.
Not that we know of, but I would like it to be an origin. But
like me too. Like that would benefit the character. We only got to see one flashback scene. But
so
we'll
see.
Forward,
we'll see what they do it or how they do it. I'm not exactly sure, but that's some news there. Another news, and this news I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah. And that being Michael Waldron reported to write Avengers Secret Wars.
What has he written before?
He wrote Loki. He wrote the show Loki, which is not bad. He did a good job at that. And he also wrote Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness.
L. Everybody spam L.
So I don't know. Like, with those combination, like he did a good job with Loki, and he had some good parts of Multiverse of Madness. But like,
doing a show is completely different from a movie,
right?
So as far as we've seen from a show, like he did pretty well.
He did.
The writing was really bad in Multiverse of Madness.
Not all of the writing. There's
I feel like
some
it was
good parts.
really lackluster.
Really?
There was occasional good parts, but they were just overshadowed because it was just mid.
Yeah,
it wasn't all Sam Raimi's fault.
Right. It wasn't. I wouldn't say it's all Michael Waldron's fault either, though.
But
so I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know, dude.
That's a rumor again.
I really feel like for a movie of this scale, a movie that can potentially, will probably be top 5, in revenue. Like, why wouldn't they recruit the best out of the best
for sure?
I'm not saying that the Russo brothers were the best, but they had experience. They knew what they were doing.
They didn't write.
Yeah, they're the directors.
It is reported that.
But wow.
Right, but if you have Michael Waldron writing and then you have Ryan Coogler as the possible director, it might work. It might work.
Just let Ryan do everything.
Yeah, just let him do everything. But I don't know if he can write a script, though. Yeah. I mean, he may not be able to do that, but...
Dude, we'll write the script.
Well, I'd love to write the script.
Dude, there'd be no cheesiness if we wrote it. Like, it'd be so grounded. It'd be serious. It'd be cool.
Dude, I'd chop Titania's head off in the first scene.
And then you wouldn't hear like, oh, is that blood? Like just some dumb Marvel quip.
No, for sure.
We're not doing that.
All right, so now talk about the upcoming Werewolf by Night that's coming this Friday, October 7th.
Wow. It's in 3 days.
It's actually one day from when this podcast is coming out.
That's crazy.
But it's sitting at a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Crazy. How many reviews?
Crazy.
It has like 20 something.
It has like 20 something.
It's gonna overhyped initially.
It's gonna change.
I don't see it dropping below like an 85.
You don't think so?
From what I hear, dude, it's amazing.
I've heard great stuff about it. Of course, they say it's gonna, it's full on horror. I mean, it's not in your face horror. It's not like scary.
Yeah,
but it's like horror, like genre wise.
Yeah,
it's like
what did Kevin Feige say? Like it's scary, but like fun scary.
It's fun scary. It's not something that's like you're gonna jump scare and be scared to death. I mean, they say it's more like you're gonna hear what's going on, but not actually visually see. Yeah, which I prefer.
Like in Dahmer, the Netflix show.
Right. So I'm cool with that. All right, some other rumors. Now we got some rumors about Deadpool 3. Of course, after last week's latest superhero news, it was hype.
Yeah, that one.
Now we got to talk about
check that out, guys.
More rumors that are coming after the announcement of Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman to be in this movie. And that being Zaza Beetz to return as Domino, maybe in Deadpool 3.
Fire. Dude, I love her character.
I agree.
She's so sarcastic.
Yeah,
she's witty. She's grounded.
But
she feels like a person.
I don't know how she would fit into it. If it's going to be an MCU movie, is she going to be transported over to the MCU too and stay?
Yeah.
Or is she just going to stay in that universe as Deadpool makes a transition over? Like, how is this going to happen?
Yeah, and if she does, who's to say all the other characters couldn't? Who's to say Cable couldn't?
And who's to like, are they going to make just the Fox X-Men the X-Men of the MCU now? I don't know.
I do think they would be willing to keep the ones we see in Deadpool because they're recent, and then recast the older, Fox stuff. So maybe
I don't know. It's just it's a lot of explaining to, and it's a lot of hard writing. That they're gonna have to do. They got a lot of explaining to do.
But see, that would be perfect though for Deadpool because he can easily break that fourth wall.
Right.
Like if there's ever a time or a character who could do it well, it would be Deadpool.
Would be him. That's true.
I bet you're probably wondering why I'm here with Hugh Jackman. Take it back a couple scenes.
That would be good.
That'd be cool.
He could do it that way. That would be the best way to do it.
Yeah.
And then also rumors of course, the director Sean Levy wants Walker Scobell to be in this movie as well, just because he works really well with Ryan.
It'd be young perfect. Ryan Reynolds.
Honestly, I love Walker Scobell. I can see him being huge
project.
And eventually when he's older. Of course, he's already doing Percy Jackson, so I don't know.
He has so much talent.
Maybe he'd be young Deadpool, young like Wade Wilson or something like that.
Awesome.
That'd be hilarious. Or just some incorporated way would be awesome, and I'd love to see it. And it's also rumored that Tom Holland's Spider-Man is going to have a little cameo in Deadpool 3, which I would pass out if I see Spider-Man, Deadpool, and Wolverine together. Wolverine. I would die.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be so hype.
That'd be hype. Man. And imagine Deadpool gives like, I was expecting the other one. Or something like that, with the whole
You're
thing.
Not Andrew Garfield.
Imagine
he would do that. He would do that.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be great.
Oh my
I would
goodness.
live for that. So I love that.
Dude, I bet he will watch it. He's going to say that.
Or Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
It'd be so hype. Oh, that's funny. All right. Now let's make the transition over to a couple, not many, but DC news. We just got a few. The first one being, it is reports of the Batman 2 main villain to be Hush. Honestly, I'd be cool with that.
Dub. We called that literally
we did.
In our movie review.
We did. I mean, I originally said I wanted it to be Mr. Freeze, but we also, because the Batman movie had heavy rumors, the original movie had heavy rumors of Hush. They had
but it hints at him too,
They had the whole Hush letters on the pictures and stuff. And if as good of a director as Matt Reeves is, I think it makes sense to point towards Hush.
Exactly. I mean, at that point, they're just teasing the villain and don't have it show
And of course,
up.
as we've seen, this is more a realistic take. And I think Hush would fit in a more realistic take of Gotham. So I like that.
I'm excited, dude. I still can't believe we're getting another Batman movie with Pattinson and Reeves, to be honest.
It's going to be beautiful.
I'll take anybody. But Hush is an absolute W.
It is a W.
For DC.
And maybe some other benefits we'll see as well, because we know he loves to use other characters. So what other characters can we see there? Dope. All right. So now we got to talk about Blue Beetle movie. We got some news about it. And I don't know if you've heard these news, because I just saw that.
I have, man.
And it's the test screenings had just occurred. And the test screenings went over really well. They're really loving this movie.
I was not expecting that.
Yes, they went over really well. And actually, it's crazy because the test screening, the runtime of the movie had a big old 2 hours and 45 minutes.
What? For Blue Beetle?
Now listen here.
What?
Test screenings are always longer.
Yeah.
Because the test screening of Multiverse of Madness was like 3 hours, almost 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
And then test screenings of other movies are like always longer. So I bet they'll chop that down to like 220, 215, probably. But yeah. And that's really good reviews so far.
To be honest, I really was expecting this movie to flop.
You think so?
Like, I don't know who's directing it.
It has a good cast.
I know they got the Cobra Kai kid.
They got it's good casting. Zolo Mart. I don't know. Something like that.
I can't pronounce
it. XOLO. I know that's how.
I wonder, will it be an origin story?
It should be.
I mean it
should be.
Right.
And the suit, we already seen images of the suit. Did you see the picture?
Yeah,
it looks beautiful.
It looks
so great. I'm excited. I mean, of course, originally I was kind of like wondering like why they didn't cancel it because of Batgirl. But maybe this is why. So because it's super hype. So. I don't know. We'll see with that.
All right. Okay. Surprise me, man.
So we'll see. All right. So that pretty much concludes our latest superhero news.
All right, guys. If you enjoyed this episode, let us know by giving us a review and a download. Our podcast is available on all major podcast platforms, so check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you want to keep up to date with all of our new episodes, with all of our updates, go ahead and check out our account on Instagram, Here's in the Moment, and then TikTok, Here's in the Moment with an extra T. Be sure to check out our previous episodes. The last one we did was, I believe, Andor, right? Andor episode 5.
Episode
4. Dang it, I just love that episode.
And She-Hulk episode 7.
Yeah, that sucked.
All right, guys, we just want to thank you all for listening. And as always, we love you 3000.